so this video is for worksheet 2-2 for the class Language of Algebra, which is given on outschool.com. If you are not in this class, then go down to the description and you can check out the class by following the link. Just know that I'm not going over anything that is already assumed the students know, so if you have more questions, you definitely want to take that class. But if you're in my class, what I want you to do right now is to go ahead and pause this video and grade yourself, all right? And then come back and I'll explain why the answers are the answers. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you paused me and you're back. And I'm going to break this down. There are a couple of different ways we could have written each one of these, but we definitely want to look at some particular wording. All right, so the sum, hold on one second. So the sum of is a very important phrasing that we need to look at. I feel like something different. Let's do that blue. All right, so the sum of, remember that phrasing means parentheses with adding, because sum means the answer to an addition, and what follows it, for and y, are my parts of that parenthesis. Now 6 times, you can put a 6 on the outside and that means times, you can put a dot, you can put any of the multiplication symbols because that's what's going on. All right, this one was pretty straightforward. H, you can use any combination of different ways of writing multiplication. 4 minus 10. Okay, now the only thing is don't use the x because we're in algebra now. We don't use the x to mean times. All right, the sum of, that is parentheses, and in the parentheses we're going to have 4 and x, just like I have here. There's a comma, which means we're now out of the parentheses, and we're going to put a plus 10. All right, this is a transition word to less than. Less than. So anytime I can ask myself a question out of the phrasing, it goes to the end. In this case, I can say 2 less than what? Well, it's less than m divided by 8. So the 2 has to go behind it because it's less than whatever m divided by 8 is. So I put it to the end of my phrasing, okay? All right. 12 minus n plus 9, pretty straightforward. 12 minus n plus 9. There are a couple straightforwards in this one. Take away s from. So we have another prepositional phrase or a turnabout phrase. Again, I can ask myself a question. Take away 6 from, well, from what? That means it goes to the end. 4 times s. So 4 times s, I can write them together because that also means multiplication, and then I got to take away 6. The product of is a multiplication, it's parentheses with multiplication in it. Product is the answer to a multiplication problem, which is what you see modeled right here. And of 6 and y, which goes inside, increased by 9. There should have been a comma, okay, for it to be this. Comma, increased by 9. Because there's not a comma, this one's actually wrong. So when you're grading your paper, if you're like, I don't know why that one's wrong, it's because the product of 6 and y increased by 9 should have all been in the parentheses because there was no comma. If you wrote it like this, though, just know, okay, you're saying that they forgot their comma. Okay, 1 divided by. 1 divided by. You can use this symbol. You could have went like this. You could have used either of those symbols to mean divide. The sum of, so I know that this is parentheses and it's 3 and g. So I could have written it like that. I could have written it like that. Another way I could have written it is like this. Because remember I said a fraction bar can be a grouping symbol and it also means division. Okay, keep practicing. Email me if you need some help, and I will see you in the next video.